you know you did it right if you can't talk at the end of the convention. Okay? Anybody else? I'm sure you're like, me too. Yep. Let me get more serious. More character. What? Yeah. Get it up, boys! How's everybody doing today? Oh my God, it's our great weekend! And you are the bold. You are the heroes. All the way through it. How's it here all weekend? Awesome! Have you had a good time? Good. And we'll make plans to see you next year, right? I say we make this a family affair. I think we should all just plan to meet up every year. I've had several people come yesterday and today and show me pictures from when I met them 10 years ago. And 50 like, this is my daughter. She's married now with children. It's like, oh my God. So it's so neat to build that kind of a history and be part of people's lives. We have a special guest today. Where are you, Tiff? Tiffany Volber in the house, baby! Eboma. Not Eboma, Eboma. And make sure you go down to her table and say hi. We're going to be going right back down for the last short little while before our time together is over. Until next year. We've already established that, haven't we? Next year, for sure. I told her that you guys are the greatest people, and she's like, well, I'm coming with you then. So she came up to hang out with us for a while. How many of you were at yesterday's panel? Thank you for being here, you guys. This is one of my favorite times, even though I have this horrible voice now. My favorite thing is to talk with you guys and interact with you. Apparently, I heard on Twitter. Okay, I did not read it because I think Twitter sucks. But I don't read garbage on there, which is 98% of it. But somebody told me that one of these trolls already posted about my panel yesterday and how I was preaching at you and how disgusting it was that I was preaching to you. What's wrong with these people? Can I just ask you that? In our family here, right? This is our family. Can I just say, what the hell? I'm sorry, you know what I mean? It's like, can you imagine being so unhappy in your life that you sit at your computer looking for something to gripe about, looking for somebody to complain about, looking for something to be offended about? Good heavens! Get a life. I'm so sorry, but can we agree on that, right? I mean, the next time you're feeling like you want to attack someone, I have a great idea. Draw a picture. Write a poem. Play a game. Ride your bicycle. There's a novel concept, right? Like, do something. Oh, wait, what would you say? There you go. Do something constructive that benefits your mental health, your friends, your family, the world, right? Wouldn't that be a better way to focus that energy? Hey, guess what? Here's the good news, though. There are 10,000 of you for every one of those trolls. At least, probably 100,000 good people like you. And I don't know, miraculous. You look beautiful. I don't know if you've ever heard this old saying. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Don't do nothing, guys. You know what? The time has come. The culture is demanding that good people get off the bench and start making your goodness heard. Being voices for positive encouragement, support, uplifting. One of the things that I love the most about Shimezo and Get Minojo is that you walk away feeling uplifted. You feel like a noble human being. Isn't that a good feeling? Why would you want to drag around in the mud? You know what I mean? And just talk. I'm offended by this and I'm offended. What kind of a horrible existence is that? You know what I mean? As opposed to feeling hopeful and encouraged and wanting to be an encouragement to others. Because people in your life need it, y'all. You may not know it, but the people in your circle, they need it. Okay, sorry, I started off heavy, didn't I? You're like, dang, bro, you drove us into the deep end pretty quick. All right, I'm dialing it back, because we've got some fun stuff to take care of, right? Yeah? Where's my buddy from Maine? Where is he? From Maine. Who came? The guy that came here yesterday. Who's from Maine? Matthew from Maine. That's right. Marvelous Matthew from amazing Maine. Okay. He may be relinquishing his title, if you know what I mean. All right. Here's why I'm asking. For those of you that don't know, that maybe weren't at the panel yesterday, I had a very special gift, custom made, one of a kind in the whole world, for whoever came the longest distance. Now today, I was signing downstairs just a few minutes ago, and some guy came and said, man, I sure came a long way. And I'm like, really? Where'd you come from? He said, I came from Alaska. And I'm thinking, dude, Maine boy just lost his position, right? And then he said, but I really came for Nick Regatta. And I'm like, get out! So, let's find out who came the longest distance today. Where'd you come from? You came from Maine? Do you know Matt? You don't know Matt? Wait, doesn't everybody in Maine know everybody? What's your name? What? Oh my gosh, that's me. Anasha? That's beautiful. That's much better than Matthew. Don't tell Matthew I said that. Somebody's going to now. He's going to walk in the back and he's going to jump out of your chair. Dude, you know what he said about you? Well, okay, where in Maine? Colby College? Cool, and how far did it, how long did it take you to get down here? 10-hour flight? 2 separate flights? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you know what? She's the current front runner right here from Maine. Anybody come further than Maine? Wait a minute! Seattle, Washington. I wish I knew geography, because I don't know which one's further. Somebody consult the oracle. Somebody tell me, do me a favor, you got a phone? Pull out your phone and tell me the distance from where you live to Houston, Texas. And Anasha, you consult the oracle. From your town to Houston, Texas, how far? Distance? In inches. No, just kidding. I came 16,400,000 inches. You win. Wait, man. Wait. Buddy, you're gonna steal his spotlight, huh? This is his time. Wait. 1,891 miles, Anasha. 2,078! Do we have anyone further away? You're not further away, Spirit Junior.
Yes, I am.
from Dallas.
Unfortunately, that is an objection. I came from New York City, baby.
New York City, good for you, I love you. I'm afraid I know enough about geography to know that names further. But I love you, you know I love you.
Yes,
okay, Anasha, were you here yesterday? You weren't here. This is why we planned this way. Because I thought, what if we give it away Saturday and somebody comes Sunday and they're further away? So we ask on Saturday and we ask on Sunday, Anasha, can you join me, please? Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. We're walking. We're walking. Come forward. Stop. We're walking. Stop. This is an impromptu game of red light, green light. Okay, Anasha. Now here's the bad news. Turn around so everybody can see your beautiful face. Look at this lovely girl. Anasha, here's the downside of what's about to happen. You weren't here Friday night, were you? What happened Friday night, y'all? The world premiere of a couple of beautiful animes. Oh, he did? What happened? Where's he? Where's boyfriend? Dude, come on, we love you, bro. Well, one was called Genbanojo, and one was called Shimezo, Zip Shimezo. And I played Shimezo, and he's this adorable little creature. Does anyone have with you the headshot that I signed either yesterday or today from Genbanojo and Shimezo? Do you have it? Look at this, look at this. What are the odds right here? Wait, look. Oh, look, okay. So these are the two characters I played from Genbanojo. Look at him, that's Shimezo. And look, he's got a little zipper nose, right? And the story is that he and his mom and dad are zipper spirits. And what that means is they're little tiny creatures and they run around, and when you accidentally leave your purse unzipped or your pocket unzipped, they jump down and zip it up for you so that your valuables don't fall out. That's the cutest thing ever. And all the trolls should watch it and be uplifted by it. So guess what I have for you? Did you see how cute he was? This does not exist anywhere. Ready? Stand here and look at her. Close your eyes. Is she closing her eyes, guys?
Yep.
I want you to know, Anasha, that I don't close your eyes. I want you to know that I struggled hard after I had this made and it arrived at my house the day before I left for Anime Matsuri. I looked at it and I'm like, I'm not giving this to anyone. I must keep it me precious. I wanted to keep it for myself, but I promised God that I would give it to the person who came the farthest. Are you ready? Look. Is that the cutest thing ever? Your own one-of-a-kind plushie. Yes, she's already playing with the zipper nose. Right? It is functional. Well, kind of. Yes. Yes, it is. Is that adorable, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Now, it even gets better. And did you see that he carries this, one of the little boy in the anime drops a 500 yen coin out of his zipper purse, and it rolls into the sewer. And he can't get it out. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. And when he leaves, Shimezo crawls down and gets the coin and takes it back to his house. And the little boy's like, wow, you're not an evil spirit at all. You brought my money back here. You're really nice, right? Guess what else we have? A 500 yen coin that's to scale. Give it up for Anasha, you guys. Hold on. Great. Okay, I have a couple of notes real quick, and then we'll get to some questions. Talk about anything you want to talk about. I mentioned yesterday audiobooks. If you're here today for the first time, like Anasha and her boyfriend, when COVID hit and everything kind of shut down, I was very fortunate that several authors contacted me and said, hey, I would like you to do my audiobook. And at first I thought, ooh, audiobooks. Have you ever done an audiobook? Yeah, everybody always told me, all of our friends in voice acting always told me don't do them because they're a lot of work and they don't pay very well. So, you know, I wasn't gonna do them, but there was nothing going on. So I thought, well, I have a studio in my home. I don't have to like get dressed and drive anywhere. I make a cup of coffee, throw my Star Trek robe on, and sit down and record the book at my leisure. So I would do it every day. I would record a chapter every day. And I didn't even read the book ahead of time. Now you might think like, wow, you know, don't you want to practice it or know where you're going? No, I want to be excited by the story. I want to be into the story and wake up every day going, I wonder what's going to happen today. Like, I remember where it left off yesterday. So I've recorded to date 4 audiobooks. One is called In Plain Sight. By the way, they're all on Audible and whatever, Amazon or Apple, whatever. In Plain Sight by Dan Willis. It's a very, very cool kind of a private detective thriller novel, but it takes place, check this out, it takes place in New York City, but it's an alternate New York City. Like they have wizards and hovercrafts that hover on like lightning energy and stuff. It's really a cool story.
That's my dream city.
That's where he's from, right? And so that's the first one. Then the next one is called The Crimson Spark. This is a fantasy novel that is an entire world created, like Lord of the Rings, you know, like the whole universe is made up of characters and creatures and types of species and cities. It's amazing. Dude, I love you. You're awesome. Thank you, buddy. The third one I just finished is called Paper Doll. What's cool about Paper Doll is it's set in kind of World War II, and it's about this family and all of their paths. One of them goes off to war, another one goes off to war, another one has his own path. And here's the coolest part: it's a true story. The author wrote it based on his own family, and it's very, very interesting. The characters are really wonderful. Paper Doll by Brian Peterson. The last one, which actually was the first one, is These Are the Voyages, which is about the making of the original series of Star Trek.
Oh.
Yeah, you know I enjoyed that one, right? Now let me tell you what's especially cool about that book. It's not just, oh, it's about Star Trek, I hate Star Trek. No, it's about the making of the show in the late 60s and all of the challenges and the hurdles that they had to overcome, the fights that Gene Roddenberry had with the studio, the network censors, all of these challenges that they had in making this iconic show, which had nothing like that had ever been done before, and how it just changed culture. So These Are the Voyages, book 1, and written by Mark Cushman. And you know what else is cool about that one? I actually brought in a bunch. There are a handful of people, you guys, who are still alive that worked on the original series of Star Trek. And guess what? There are memos and letters and quotes from them in the book, and I got them to come to my studio and record their own excerpts in their own voices. So you're talking about the people who were there. Is that cool or what? And you know what is even cooler? I mean, it's heartwarming and heart-wrenching at the same time. Some of them have passed since the book was recorded. So, because you can imagine, you know, if you were writing Star Trek episodes in the 60s, you're 85, 90 now, right? And then a lot of the characters are also voiced by people that worked on my Star Trek series. The people that were their counterparts. So like if there was an excerpt from a guy named Jerry Finnerman, who was the director of photography for the original Star Trek series, Matt Busey, my director of photography for Star Trek Continues, voiced his excerpts. The composers of the music, different editors, directors, actors. We didn't get George Takei, but guess who did voice George Takei's excerpts? Grant Imahara from Mythbusters, who played Sulu in my series and who tragically passed unexpectedly a couple of years ago. So these are the voyages. Wonderful book. You'll feel like you're just sitting in the room with these people telling you the stories of making the ship. Please join me on Twitch if you're bored. Every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. I have a Twitch live stream, and I know a lot of you guys join us every week. We have a couple hundred fans every Wednesday night, and it's become a really cool family too, right? Brian knows, Shadow Beth knows. We love seeing the same people every week, and we love seeing new people and welcoming them in. Also Cameo. If you've ever heard of that website where you can actually order a personal video from people whose work you enjoy. And I'm on Cameo, and I do a lot of those. In fact, you know what? I've got a couple waiting for me right now. We should do one together. What do you think? Let's do one together right now. Hold on, here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, let's do this one. So here's how these work, you guys. They give you their name, what the occasion is for, and then they tell you a little bit about themselves. So, this one, oh my gosh, we're gonna make this girl's day, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna read it to you. By the way, I haven't read this yet. I just saw that there are 4 waiting right now. I have 4 waiting. This is one of them. This is from Steve, and it's for Lauren, okay? And listen to what he says about the recipient. The purpose of this is a pep talk. Lauren has been bullied a lot in school. She loves all things Japanese and especially anime. She is teaching herself Japanese. Lauren lacks confidence, loves Full Metal, and wants to move to Japan one day, and she's a senior in high school. How can I help? Tell her to believe in herself and perhaps tie it to Full Metal Alchemist. What do you think Lauren's gonna do when she gets a pep talk from 1,000 people? I love this plan! You guys ready? Here's how this is gonna start. Her name is Lauren, okay? I'm gonna start, here's how this works. You see, I just read you all the information, and then you click record, and it goes to this, so I can see the camera, but I can also see the information, so that I know what to say and what her name is and stuff. Remind me, is it for her birthday or graduation? Is she a junior in high school? No, she's a senior in high school. So it helps me remember. Okay, Lauren, here's what I wanna do. I'm gonna start with me, and then I'm gonna spin around, and I want you guys to cheer and yell for her. And then I'm gonna say something else to her. And then at the end, I want us to all say, "We love you, Lauren." Okay? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Okay. It gives me a 3, 2, 1. Hey there, Lauren! Lauren, my name is Vic. You may know me as the Pipsqueak. Yes. And we're on. And I understand you're a full metal fan, which makes you, in my opinion, a superior being. And I love you. And I know you have some struggles. I understand you have some early weaknesses. And maybe you don't feel so confident in yourself. You know what? I am with you. You're awesome. And I love you.
so excited that you're doing it. And you know what? Just in case, well, this is just this one voice acting guy saying this. Well, you were wrong. You know why? Because I am currently in anime Matsuri.
And I have 1,000 people here that say you know. Now listen to this one, come on. Lauren, how many of you in this audience have ever struggled with confidence? See what I'm talking about, Lauren? You are not alone, sweetheart. Me too, and you can add me in that because we all struggle sometimes. We all have challenges, but we all believe in you and we know that you're strong enough to be resilient and get through this. So God bless you, sweetie. I'll look forward to seeing you in person. And we have one last message for you. We love you! Is that cool or what? Now you see what I'm talking about? So then it'll play it back if you want to do it again or if you mess up. And then you just hit upload. And up it goes to Lauren. It's on its way. You see what we're talking about? How long did that take us? 2 minutes? To make someone's day. To make the world a little brighter. Just a little bit. As opposed to on Twitter. Not hard, yo. Not hard to be a better person. Challenge yourself to be a better person. Okay? Got it. Oh, you know what? I probably will get a response. And you know what? I will. Thank you, man. That's a great idea. Okay, how many of you follow me on Twitter? I even hate to say the word Twitter. Okay, if more of you will follow, I will post an update. Obviously, there's a personal element to this, right? So we're not gonna post, full names or anything like that. I will just say, for those of you wonderful people that were at Matsuri, here is a message from our friend, Lauren. And I will tell you what the response was, okay? So you'll know that what you did was a good thing that encouraged somebody. And you know what, you guys? Once you get a taste for that, you're gonna wanna do it more. Because you know what? The darker side of our human nature, the more kind of base, elementary side of our nature is selfish. We look out for number one. We do what makes us feel good. We do what benefits us. We do what profits us. But there's another side of us. Dare I say, the divine side of us. And you know what it does? It tries to get us to aspire to be more than just a base animal. I want that, and I do this, and I hate that. And it encourages us to uplift and live above that. And you know where it plays itself out? You know how it manifests itself? In giving to others. Doing for others. There's a Bible verse that said it's more blessed to give than to receive. Now, when we're kids, we run down Christmas morning to the tree, and what do? We look for presents with our name on it, right? It's all about you. That's that simpler kind of base. And there's nothing wrong with that in its context, in balance. But when you get older, and I'll bet Tiff will agree with me on this, when you get older and you buy things for other people, you don't even care about what you get. You can't wait to give them what you got for them. And there is no joy like watching somebody you love open something that you gave them or enjoy something that you did for them. That's the meaning of that verse. You will get more out of giving to somebody else than you get out of taking for yourself. Try it. If you haven't, Try it and see if I'm a liar. It will make you feel like a noble human being, like you were made to be. Okay? And how did I get off on that? I don't even know where that started. Okay. Oh, our cameo video together. Okay. If you are not a member of the Risible Rangers, please join. That's my online fan club. We have a lot of the officers and members here this weekend, and it's all free to join because it ain't about money. It's not about profit. It's not about taking advantage of anything. It's just about meeting new people, making friends with people who like the things you like. So that's cool. Please join. If you're a Star Trek fan, check out StarTrekContinues.com. That's my web series. It's 11 full-length episodes that picks up where the original Star Trek was canceled and finishes that 5-year mission of the Enterprise. And since I was 12, I dreamed of playing Captain Kirk. And 40 years later, I ended up getting that opportunity. And it's a live-action web series. We've won dozens of awards. We've got well over 10 million viewers. And it's all, magic word again, free. All free to watch. It was just a labor of love. So check that out. You'll also see a lot of familiar faces in that series. Yes, absolutely, yes. What does that say? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guess what? That was all the notes. All right, who's got a question? Yes, sir.
I remember a commercial years ago for World of Warcraft. How much did
You know what? That was... Okay, this is the worst story. I just want to apologize right now because it's not going to be anywhere near as fun as you think it's going to be. So, many years ago, Mandy from the Rangers, who was she was the leader, she was the general of the Risible Rangers for many years. She called me one day and she said, "Did you know that William Shatner did a commercial for World of Warcraft?" And I was like, "Really?" And she sent me a link to it, and I watched it. And as I watched it, I'm like, "Wow, he's just standing in a room like a white background, talking to the camera." And then it ends with, "I'm so-and-so, and blah, blah, blah." And it shows the character, right? I thought, wow, I could make one of these. Like, it wouldn't be hard to make one. I made that. That was not an official World of Warcraft. I made that myself just for fun, and it was an alchemist, or what was it? Warlock, yes. And I was like, I can even do alchemy. And made this fun little joke, and I uploaded it. No big deal. But here's the fun part to that story. That was when I still lived in Houston, like probably 20 years ago, 15. I then moved out to Los Angeles because I was getting more work out there, and I got cast in World of Warcraft. So I ended up playing characters in World of Warcraft. And I can tell you a funny World of Warcraft story if you'd like to hear that. Okay, so my agent in Los Angeles would always send me audition sides to characters that I was never going to get cast in. And it started frustrating me. You hear how I sound, right? This is my voice. This is what's left of my voice, I should say. But this is my voice. I have this kind of young, teenager or, young hero. And sure, I can do different things. But you have certain voices that are kind of your wheelhouse, your natural tone. And even if I do a character like Tamaki, it's still my voice. It's just a different personality, right? So my manager would send me these auditions for, this character is 600 pounds, and he's this mean, low voice guy. And I'm like, dude, do you even know me? And I would think, why am I wasting my time recording this? There are 1,000 people in Los Angeles that are going to be better for this than me. What a waste of time. So after a while, I would open the emails from him with auditions, and I would look at it and I'd read it and I'd go, Nope. And I wouldn't even audition. Like, I wouldn't even send in an audition, because what a waste of time. One day, I got an email for an audition for World of Warcraft, and it was for a character named Ner'zhul. He was this giant orc. And I'm like, here we go again. Giant, mean, evil, dark, low-voiced orc. Yeah, I'm really gonna get that. But on this particular day, I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. And so I thought, I'll record an audition, right? What the heck, why not? So I recorded this audition, but here's where it gets fun. I listened to it back and I'm like, this is stupid. I just wasted half an hour of my time. They're not, this is not gonna fly. So you know what I did? I did it as low as I could, right? And I can't even demonstrate now because my voice is shot. But I did it as low as I could. I tried my hardest. That's all. But so I had it recorded in Pro Tools. And then I used a plug-in and I lowered it even more. Can I just say, it was badass. I sunk. So I sent it off. And I got cast. But here's the bad part. As soon as they wrote me, they loved you for Ner'zhul. I'm like, yes! Oh crap, oh no. I don't sound like that in real life. No, what happens when I walk into the studio and I go, hi! And they're like, who are you? Are you delivering lunch? Who are you? Well, you know, we'll do our best, right? So I walk into the studio, and the woman, I want to say her name was Andrea, she was directing the session. And I walked in, and I'm like, hi Andrea, Vic Mignogna, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And she goes, great to have you, Vic, we loved your audition. And I was like, yeah, about that. I pitched my voice a couple semitones down. And she said, oh yeah, we know. That's what we liked about it. Because when you pitch it, there's something very subtle that gives it a not human quality. Because it wasn't natural. It just didn't quite sound human. Hey, guess what? Orcs aren't human. So it worked perfectly for the character. So next time you play World of Warcraft, go find Ner'zhul. He's a pretty bad dude. He's big. You could probably step on Edward and never know it. So check it out. I want to do boy, girl, boy, girl. So boy, yes. Oh, this guy was at my table yesterday. He's like, could I borrow a Sharpie? I'm like, I kind of need Sharpies, bro. But he said, I'll bring it back. And he did. Give it up for him. What? What'd you just say? What'd you just say? Today's your birthday? Oh, you did it now, bro. You are gonna rue this day. What's your name? Say your name. You're Victor, aren't you? Victor! His name's Victor! I forgot his name. Yes, I know, I'm a loser, okay? Okay, everybody, his name is Victor, and we're gonna sing happy birthday to him, okay? Here we go. Hey, Sharky, you better be singing, buddy. Or at least wave your fins around, okay? Oh my gosh, come up here, Sharky. You gotta be a part of this video. Get up here. Down in the hole, in the aisle there. Oh my gosh, look at his little legs. Shoot this, bro. Are you recording? Turn it around. Here he comes, your birthday present. You know what? There's a beautiful girl inside there. And yeah, no, it's not. It's a guy. Sorry. Get around here, you guys. All right, everybody. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Victor. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victor. Happy birthday to you. Yeah! Now, take a bite out of it. Let's do it. Thank you, guys. Give them a round of applause. You know that, don't you? I love sharks. Get over here. I'm a big shark fan. Big shark fan. I have shark plushies all over my house. No lie. One in the guest room, one in my room, and everywhere. I have two in the closet because I don't know where to put them. I love sharks so much. Yes, question? Yep. What a great question. No one's ever asked me that. What dumb thing did my mother make me believe to stop doing something? Well, whatever she tried to make me stop doing, it just made me want to do it more. Am I right? Everybody, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like I wasn't even interested in doing that until my mom told me, don't you ever do this. Now I want to do it, right? One of them was, we talked about this at dinner last night. Riding a motorcycle. My mother, anybody ride a motorcycle here? Yes, I'm talking about. I have a beautiful bike. My buddy Jeff downstairs has one too. We go riding. My mom, when I was a little boy, she's like, Victor Joseph, if I ever see you on a motorcycle, I will disown you. Because she worked in a hospital. And she saw some pretty bad wrecks, right? And as you know, you don't typically walk away from a motorcycle accident, right? And she's like, I will disown you. I'm like, Mom, I'll wear a helmet. Do you know what she said? You know what her answer to that was? All that means is you can have an open casket. I think this qualifies, don't you? Okay, I have to tell you this story now. I was like 8 years old, and my buddy Jay Bell, who lived next door, had a mini bike. And I'm like, Dad, why does freaking Jay Bell get a mini bike? And my mother's like, right? So one day, my friend Jay convinced me that if my mom saw me riding that mini bike like a pro, she would change her whole feelings about motorcycles, and I would be able to have one. The stupidity of an 8-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. So Jay's like, hey, get on my mini bike and ride past your mom's out in the yard. Ride past. And she'll see how good you are at riding, right? So I did. I'm like, great idea, Jay. Why didn't I think of this? So I get on, and we're talking one of those little ones that looks like a lawnmower with handlebars, you know? The tiny ones, right? So, and I'm this is the coolest day of my life, right? And I thought it was so cool. I'm actually riding a motorcycle, or as close as an 8-year-old would ever get. And here I come down the street, right? And my mom is in the yard. The moment I took one hand off the handlebar to wave at my mom, I hit some gravel on the street and the bike slid out from under me. She hated me for a long time. So then when I got older and I lived on my own, I bought a motorcycle. Victor Joseph, if I ever see you on that motorcycle, I'll disown you. Yeah, disown me. And so I had a motorcycle, and here's my pattern. I've had 5 motorcycles, you guys. And here's my pattern. There's a pattern. I have a motorcycle. I ride it, I love it, and then one day, I'm going 80 miles an hour down the highway with a Mack truck right here beside me, and I'm thinking, if I were to hit a pothole, my life would be over. If this Mack truck does not see me and starts coming over into my lane, my life is over. And I sold the motorcycle. And a year later, I bought another one. Because I missed riding so much. And I would ride it for a year, and then I would sell it because I got scared. And then I would buy another one a year later. So now the one that I have is so beautiful, I'm never selling it. In fact, my friend Jeff's like, can I buy your motorcycle? I'm like, no. He sold it to me. That's the best part. He sold me the bike because he never rode it, and then about 2 months ago, Jeff Johnson, who's downstairs, 2 months ago, Jeff wanted to run to the store, and his car was in the garage, in the maintenance garage, like getting fixed. And he's like, hey, could you run me to the store? I'm like, well, I've got to go. Why don't you just take my motorcycle? He's like, okay, which used to be his, remember? So he took it and rode it to his appointment, came back and goes, can I buy it back from you? No. So guess what he did? 2 weeks later, he bought a motorcycle. Same bike, Yamaha Raider, and now we ride together. It's awesome. Question. Okay, we just boy, girl, boy, girl.
My question is very simple. You have done a great job. You are someone that people are inspired by, but you also have a support staff. And my question is, what can we, all thousands of us, what can we do to give thanks or to be able to just express gratitude for your support staff?
Oh my gosh. Money's good. Just kidding. I will tell you this about my support staff. Everybody that's a part of it does it because they have a conviction about making the world a better place. They know that's what I want. They know I want people that enjoy my work to be inspired and encouraged and uplifted, and they want that too. And what they see is an opportunity to do that on a bigger scale than they would otherwise be able to do. So I have, in the Risible Rangers, I have a senior mod team of five or six senior moderators, and they moderate all the social media. One's in charge of Twitter, one's in charge of Instagram, one's in charge of Facebook, one's in charge, and they engage with the fans, they interact with them, they make sure they keep the rules, because we have rules in place so that trolls and people who want to talk about garbage and porn or whatever that is inappropriate for kids of all ages, we don't do that. We keep it safe for everybody because we tell parents, your kids are safe to make friends here and talk about anime or whatever. So we have the senior mod team, and then they have junior mods underneath them. And then of course you guys, if you get a chance, as soon as I finish this panel, I'm heading back down for whatever time is left at my autograph table. If you come by, if you haven't, if you have, come by anyway, and look at that lovely girl who's at the table, taking care of all of the transactions. Her name is Squally. Her name is Alyssa, and her nickname is Squally. You want to do something sweet? We talked about it, right? Here's your chance. I know she knows you, bro. If you want to do something nice, just walk up and go, Squally, you are awesome. You made this experience great. You helped make this a wonderful weekend. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for helping Vic. Thank you for being so kind to all of us. You guys, you can't put a price tag on that. That's what I'm talking about. You can either go home, get on freaking Instagram and talk about something you're offended by, or you can be kind to somebody. Speak some words of encouragement to somebody. That would be much better. Much, much better. That would be something I would say, definitely. One of them is right here. She hates getting the limelight. That's why I'm going to do it. Stand up, Beth. You guys, this is Beth Garrison! Her name on the Rangers and in Twitter. Twitch and stuff is Shadow Beth / Jodie Foster, because her voice, she doesn't think it does, but hey, I'm the voice guy, I know it. Her voice sounds like Jodie Foster. So every time I see her, I'm like, say it, come here, you gotta do it, come here. Yeah, right? Here. So one of my favorite movies is Contact, that Jodie Foster did, right? And you guys remember that when she was in that pod, and they couldn't hear her, and things were going crazy, and she was ready to go, like she wanted them to press the button and launch her, and they couldn't hear her. And the video was all, distorted, and she's like, what did she say? And what was she saying?
I'm good to go.
That's it. She's good to go. Give it up for her, man! Now I'm gonna direct her. I'm good to go. See, there you go, yeah! So every time I see her, I make her do that, and she hates it. So if you see her walking around, make her do it. Because that's my love language. Dude, I just saw football. Bro. Usually you get 6 points. That was worth well. Yes, my dear. Hi, sweetie. What's your question?
Is there a character you love that deserve more praise?
Is there a character that I love that I wish there were more of?
Praise for that character, yes.
But you wish there was more praise.
You wish there was more praise in the characters you do.
More what?
Praise.
Praise. Oh! More recognition for a character. Sure. You know what? I'm sure Tiff agrees too. We play tons of characters over the years, and some of them we get really excited by, and then they come out and you never really hear about it. Like, dang, I really loved playing that character. I wish more people knew about that character. There are several of those. I mean, I've done over 400 different animated series and video games. So you can imagine, hi Jesus, are you tired? Take a nap, man. There's a 2 right over there. I'll come again in 3 days. It's going to. Lord, come back! I was kidding. Please tell me you're going to fill that with wine. Please tell me. What are you doing? What are you? No. Oh. And oh my God. I'm fine like this. Keep going. That's what he said. You look beheaded. Don't anyone tell him that someone vomited in that trash can last night. Nobody did. I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm so sorry. I got distracted. Oh my gosh, he's getting further in. What are you guys doing? Come back to us, Lord. Lord. I have a feeling he's going to slowly pop out. That's what I think is going to happen. But I don't know. You tell me. I'm going to keep my back to him. Keep an eye on him. There are a lot of characters like that, where you play them and you really enjoyed it, and then it ends up being like a smaller show or something like that. A couple that come to my mind. I did a show called Level E. Oh my gosh. What's his name who directed that? He was directing One Piece for a while. Nope. Anyway, the guy that cast me, I came in, he goes, I want you to play this character. He's the main character in this thing. His name is Prince Baka. Anybody speak enough Japanese to know what baka means?
Idiot.
It's like Prince is stupid. Prince idiot. And he lived up to that name. Yo. He was an alien from another planet, and he was obsessed with pop culture. Kind of like Mork and Mindy. Remember that TV show years ago? Mork from Mork? And he would always imitate different people and characters, just kind of wacky. And so when he cast me, I said, so how do you see this character? What do you want me to do with him? And he said 3 words that every voice actor dreams of. Anything you want. And I was like, really? Wait a minute. How do you want me to play the character? He's like, I'm not kidding. He goes, you do whatever you want. He said, you can do no wrong. The weirder you want to make this guy, you want to change your voice, you want to be all over the place. You want to do a line as Yoda? Do it. You want to do William Shatner? I mean, do whatever you want. Do Krusty the Clown. You know, I mean, anything you want. So we got to the first episode, and I'm in the booth, and we got to this line, and I'm like, can I do this line like the Emperor in Star Wars? And he was leaning back. Easiest director job ever. He was leaning back with his shoes on the table. He goes, sure. I really didn't think he was going to say that. So I did it, and then a few minutes later, there was a line, and I said, can I do this like a little Japanese schoolgirl? It's like, sure. Like anything I wanted to do, he let me do it. So that didn't get a ton of attention because it was kind of a B title, you know? It wasn't one of the big ones that there was a lot of anticipation about. So it kind of slid under the radar, but check it out. It's really funny, level E, okay? Do you have a question? Yeah. Don't make me regret that I called on you, Brian. Wait, what? Sussy Baka? What did I just say, Brian? You little pervert. Yesterday was Brian's birthday, 21 years old, y'all. He's already emptied the Hilton bar. He's already emptied the bar of all alcohol. 21 and 1 day. And he's, I have no idea what you just made me say. Oh goodness, I'm scared. Yes. Hi. What's your question?
So my question would be, you've already published so much. Is there anything you want to talk about this?
Yes. You remember yesterday I talked about being grateful, and the day before, and today. One of the things that I've often struggled with is the balance between ambition and gratitude. To strive to do more, or to be better, or to aspire to the next level in a particular career or a particular endeavor, while at the same time being very happy where you are. Tricky, right? Kind of a tricky balance. And I got to the place where I thought, yeah, it'd be fun to be in a Pixar film, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And if it never happens, I am more blessed than I ever deserved. I have already been blessed. If my life ended tomorrow, I have, you know what I mean? I've been blessed more than most people would ever dream. And here's the big point. I know it. I'm aware of it. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people in my industry, we talk about this, right? A lot of people in any kind of an acting industry, they get the tiniest bit of success, and they think they're all that in a bag of chips. What happened to the humility? What happened to the fact that you're a lucky son of a gun because 100 people would have done just as good as you and you lucked out. Instead of getting all arrogant and prideful and entitled, I hate that stuff, I hate it. I ask God every day to keep me grounded in gratitude and humility. So, are there things I would love to do? Yes. I have always wanted to write a musical. I had an idea. I had some ideas for the story, and I even had a couple ideas for some opening songs. That's something I would like to do. I've always wanted to score music for a motion picture, because a lot of you know I write and sing professionally, and I've done all kinds of music from vocal to instrumental to post scores, jingles, all of it. And I love what music does for picture. You guys, people don't even realize how much music has to do with the emotion you feel when you watch a film. And if you think I'm kidding, next time you watch a movie that moves you, mute the volume and see if you cry. You won't. Mute the volume and see if you get terrified. You won't, because so much of that is in the soundtrack. So that's something I would love to do. The downside is, I mean, the musical I could do if I just had the time, really spent the time to do it. But as far as like writing a soundtrack for a film, I don't have the power to do that. Like that would be someone else who hired me. Like there'd have to be an opportunity that came from someone who was directing a film or producing a film. And I am working with a couple of people. I'm acting in some live action films that are coming up. I haven't even talked to them about that, but there are things coming. I'm doing some more live action work, and that'll be coming. And I'll be announcing it on the T Word. So keep your eyes open there for any announcements. But there may be an opportunity for one of them to go, hey, why don't you score this thing? So maybe that'll happen. But if none of it happens, I am blessed. I am grateful to look into your faces and to share this moment with you, and whatever I've been able to do with my life, I'm incredibly grateful for the chance to have done it. So, there are things I'd like to do, but it's not like, I gotta get this, I gotta achieve that, now I gotta get this, now I got that, I gotta get this, no. Yes, sir. How much time do I have? Is anybody watching my time? Usually somebody comes up here with a little card and says, 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
We're 5 minutes over.
I have 5 minutes left?
5 minutes over.
I'm 5 minutes late? I'm sorry. Is everybody okay? We're going to ask Willis, we're going to take one last... What? Oh yeah, we'll do a panel photo. Take this last question, and then I'm going to hop up there. Are you going to take it? Or we'll take a picture of everybody, and then I got to get back down to the table before it's too late. Yes, sir. What's your question?
This is about one of your lesser known roles. Do you remember doing ghost stories?
You know, I'd love to answer that question, but we're late. We're going over. Yes, I remember those stories very well. No, there was no script. That's the funny thing about ghost stories. You guys, Ghost Stories was years ago, and it was an anime that didn't do very well in Japan. For whatever reason, it was not successful in Japan. And so the Japanese licensed it to ADV Films, and they said something the Japanese don't often say. Do whatever you want. It didn't do well for us. Change it however you want. Make it whatever you want to make it popular. Make us a little bit of money back on this thing that didn't do well in Japan. So they gave the production, I'll never forget it, to Stephen Foster, who was a director at ADV, and he's got the craziest, most creative, offbeat mind I've ever seen. And I was working on other shows. ADV at that time had 7 or 8 studios, and I was working on, whatever, Full Metal Panic in this studio, Razafon in this studio, and Goemon Legend of the Mystical Ninja in this studio, and Dean Angel in that studio. But Stephen Foster was over in Studio F working on Ghost Stories. I wasn't in Ghost Stories, I knew nothing about Ghost Stories. One day, Stephen calls me. Vic, I want you to play a role in Ghost Stories. Like, okay, what's that? And he goes, never mind, just come into the studio. So I go in, and he basically tells me that the other voice actors, Chris Patton, Lucy Christian, people that were all working at ADB at that time, would come in and they would literally make stuff up. They made fun of me. Go figure. They made some jokes about me and teasing, just crazy stuff. And he's like, I want you to play this character. And his name was Da Vinci, wasn't it?
Yep.
Dang, I can't believe I'm telling you all of this. Anyway, so we're making stuff up, and he's giving me lines, and I'll say, oh, what if I did this? So I did this character. Never really thought anything about it until I found out all of the craziness that was going on. I didn't really know much. And so I asked him if I could use a fake name in the credits. Because I wasn't very excited. I thought maybe I might get some what do you call it? Pushback. Backlash from it. So I said, can we use a fake name? And he goes, yeah, what do you want it to be? And I made the worst mistake of my career. I said, I don't care, make up something. So it was released, and I was at a convention. Somebody brought a DVD to my autograph table. Ghost Stories. I'm like, wow, Ghost Stories. How did you know I was in that? But anyway, and they're like, will you sign this? And I'm like, I wasn't in this. Was I in this? I'm like trying to play it down, right? And because I'm thinking in my mind, my name's not on it, right? How would they know? So I call Stephen Foster, and I'm like, Stephen, I'm not in the credits, am I? He goes, no, you told me to make up a fake name. And I did. I'm like, yeah. What was my name in the credits? Obi Frost Tips. He knew I liked Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and did I mention I hate Stephen Foster? Is that in there anywhere in the story? No, I love him. Great guy. You guys, let's get a picture real quick. Okay. Picture time. Okay. Ready? Everybody stand up. Ready? He is risen. You guys, I love you dearly. God bless you. Thank you for coming this weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you down at the autograph table. If not, I'll see you next year. Take care, guys.